So, walking through these tunnels, you see the same things you've seen before. You watch the sort of the deeper you descend, the less the world feels like stone and structure and sort of more like a past memory. More ancient, not what Brisk was. You keep going and traveling. And it's not for a little while that you start to remember what you encountered in the tunnel once before.
Larry. I can't remember his name. Did he have a name?
He did not. He was the Guardian, was his moniker.
Larry.
Lawrence.
Oh, Larry.
You see the familiar void curtain that you once sent Jane through on her lonesome. You all stand before it once again. Reminisce. What do you all do?
Jane,
Yes, Nim?
do you remember? It may be hard for you. I know as a human, your brain may be deteriorating as we speak. A number of years ago, we were at the same location. And now you are better. So perhaps you would like to proceed again and gain yet another level of confidence.
I do. Okay, yeah. Is she just gonna nod? At this semi-backhanded compliment. And she does very casually walk into the void this time.
No worries. As you do, you see a familiar sight. You see the golem, the guardian, sitting there, waiting. Sees you walk in and, Jane, a pleasure.
I don't know if this would be canon, Jacob, but I'd like to think that Jane would visit from time to time.
Okay,
Just because
yeah,
this guy's so
absolutely.
chill.
Yeah.
This guy's so chill.
Absolutely.
Jane walks up to the Guardian and she just does a little bow and she goes, "Hello, how have you been? I haven't seen you in a bit. I'm so sorry."
I understand. Things are busy up above.
Incredibly. She's I think a million things are going through her head, just the stuff with Gar, Windsor, and the Void,
Yep.
all coming back, and she's trying to find the best way to articulate this to the Guardian, which does just spew out as nonsense mostly. For a good like 5 minutes, she's just going on and like, so the Void's come back, and really, and Name's back. Also, there's a giant wasp, but also, Geist is better, not Geist anymore. It's Griffith, which is quite. Anyways, how have you been?
I have been well. But now a fractured soul walks beside you.
Who?
Unbroken, yet incomplete. One of your companions.
She takes a second to just ponder what that means, and she goes, and everyone can hear the golem, right? I feel
Yes,
like,
from
Okay.
previous
Yes.
thing, everyone can hear the golem having this conversation. Probably can't hear Jane though. I would say. So they're hearing a one-sided discussion.
Okay,
Probably
okay.
just all of you have probably just heard the golem mention Windsor, which, as Dawn Strider had instructed you, you needed to find what was anchoring Windsor to the void. So that would be of specific interest to you all.
I think Jane's gonna pop out for a second, and just you see her head pop from this void wall, and she goes, you guys can talk to them as well.
The dragon? We can come talk to the dragon?
Not a dragon, it's a golem. I mean, yeah,
You've
why
all
not?
met him before.
You've walked past him multiple times.
I'm pretty
really.
sure it was a dragon, guys. I know you kept
It's-
saying it was a
okay.
golem.
Come on.
All right, I'll come in.
I'll follow suit.
As you all walk through the void curtain. Welcome, friends. Always welcome. What brings you all back here?
We have to stop the void, get Gar back, and then also Save Windsor.
The one who walks beside.
You may be thinking of the bug that I summoned.
Your magical fancy cannot trick me.
Beside what? What do you mean? Beside us?
Griffith, can you not see him there?
Can I roll something?
Yes. Roll an arcana for me.
17.
Attuning to your somewhat acclimated sense of the void, you do see an outline standing beside you. A familiar outline. Focusing on it intensely, you get a faint glimmer of Windsor.
Oh, you mean... I never tried to sense him before. Thank you, Larry.
I think that at this point, Windsor being seen and being noticed, and that you gain a somewhat sense of awareness of the world. You can't see the world around you, but you know that this crew is nearby. What do you think what do you think Griffith sees at this point?
Probably a very someone just quite peacefully sitting on the ground in meditation, very still. You could probably see a sense of reaction to sensing something in return for the first time in what feels like a very, very long time. But if I guess outside of the sense if I can't see anything, I'm probably going to remain very still in this meditative position.
Absolutely. I mean, Griffith, do you try to reach out? Do you try to contact at all?
I will. I reckon he'll take a bit of a knee or a sit down in front of the silhouette of Windsor.
Okay.
Like an astral plane style situation.
Okay. As you sit and meditate, and I would say with your 17 Arcana, you sort of attune a bit more, and in that sense, Windsor, you start to see a man you've never seen before sitting in front of you. But he's somehow familiar because 15 years have passed and Griffith has gotten rid of Geist.
Can I see the fully formed version of the person in front of me, or is it silhouetted? Or?
Somewhat still distorted, but you both can see each other at this point.
Yeah, I think I'll obviously, staying in this position, open my eyes. You're a familiar face, stranger.
Hello, Windsor. You would have not known me like this. It would have been Geist.
You'll see a smile crack across his face. The years have been kind to you?
They have. I am rid of Geist now. I am back to my original self, but with touch extra, thanks to the void.
And I suppose the void is why we're together today. You've come to see an old friend.
Exactly. We're trying to bring an old friend back. You're currently not well. You're in a coma, and we don't know when we're trying to get you back.
I would appreciate the help in getting me back. I've been struggling to do that myself. So, how can I assist?
At this, you don't know Griffith, I think. And this probably realizing that you don't have a path forward from here snaps you back to reality. All of you just sort of watched Griffith enter somewhat of a meditative state. Now, Griffith, what do you say to the party?
Windsor as well. He is currently just sitting peacefully, waiting for us to do our part.
When Griffith turns to identify, to the group, do I lose vision of him as he snaps out of this?
You would still see his outline and things, but you probably don't have a full grasp of everything. But you would still be able to note where Griffith is, and I would say you'd be able to follow him.
I think at the slight, as you would probably clear as day to Windsor, the second you start fading, he's going to get up in a panic, thinking you're leaving him. like he's going to break the meditative stance, and then kind of like collect himself. Like you, as you're probably turning and losing a bit of the audio cues after focusing on him, you can hear him kind of yelp at like you leaving, and then when he can still see your like form, he kind of calms himself again. But yeah, I guess there's the sneaking moment of like, I've finally seen someone, and you're immediately going to disappear, and he freaks out for half a second.
Can I still see his form?
I think that if you focused, you could. Yep.
Yep.
But at this point, yeah. The golem speaks up again and says, "So you do see."
I do see him, but we don't know how to bring him back.
He looks at you all and says, "To enter the void, you must face it. But you do not face the void as you were. You face it as you've become."
Rich.
I think Nim like nods along and she fist bumps Joey. Yeah.
Few deign to walk this path. Even fewer still choose to walk it again. Yet here you all stand. He ushers you all forward and you all take a step, and as you do, the black surrounds you all. And you all enter a void. You enter nothingness. You're all standing there on nothing, surrounded by nothing, but the golem and a familiar face. And there stands Windsor.
Oh, I want to run up and hug him.
Buddy.
You're more than welcome to at this
You
point.
can.
Yeah.
Jane will
Body
also
tackle
follow
you.
him.
Absolutely. You
It's like a full jump hug, like a full like you're like, oh,
Give-
okay.
give me a dex save.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, him.
No, you.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
You.
God. Okay. All right. Saving throws. Dex. Joke's on you. I have a +7 to my dexterity saving throw.
Damn.
Means nothing when you curse.
When you're rolling that one.
That one.
Oh no.
That's unreal.
I think we
Cat's
should
curse.
circle back to our initial idea where someone gets voted off the show. I am electing myself. This can't keep happening.
That's a nat 1 and an 8. So
I trust you guys.
you dive at Windsor and breeze straight through and hit the floor, hit the nothingness behind and crumple to the floor. At this point,
I'm
you
gonna
realize
start
that
crying like Frieren.
At this point, you realize he's not corporeal, but he is there.
He's a ghoul.
I think probably for Windsor in that moment, not realizing that he can't be touched, is fully preparing for human interaction. And there's a slight, I guess, as he's facing the rest of the group, as Nim passes through him, there's this slight sense of, oh yeah, I mean, like, I guess that makes sense. But you can see he's a bit devastated.
So I think Joey was in like a full all-out sprint behind Nim as this happened. So he's seen this happen and now he's like skidding to try and stop. He's just like barreling out of control.
I love it. Love
Yeah.
it. If you want, go for a dex.
Okay.
Why
I'll do a
not?
dex.
Why not?
Is this a save?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay. All right. That is an 8.
Wow.
Same as Kess on the nat 1.
Yeah.
We have one collective brain cell between us, and it just
neither of
bounces
you use it.
around.
Do I fail?
Yeah, I would imagine that you slide straight through, not registering what Nim had just done, and you. And
Then
him have to
he
collect
lands on
yourselves.
me and squishes me.
Yep, it's
Big boy.
He's got to collect yourselves and get back up. But you're all standing there in front of a long lost Windsor. It's been 15 years since you've all seen each other.
Windsor trying to, he's like, he can't really help it all, but goes over to Joey with the idea of helping him up, and he's like, that's not going to work. And then
Wait,
kind of stands anyway, so you get yourself up. Look how much you've grown, Joey.
Now,
I got the beard now.
Yeah. Yeah, that you do. That you
Has
do.
Windsor aged?
no.
You look exactly the same.
That is not to be worried about. I also look exactly the
I
same.
was gonna say this, and him looks like when I last saw you, and Joey, you're Jane.
So, I think she's seen these two just barrel straight through Windsor's incorporeal, is that the right word?
incorporeal.
Body, and she's just like, as an experiment, just like gently try to like harness her magical energy into her hand and touch the guy. She wants to succeed so bad.
So an interesting thing happens here, and you do touch. Well, you don't touch him, but you as you do, your magic nullifies. It disappears.
Kind of like takes her hand back for a second, looks at her hand, looks at him, looks at her hand, looks at him.
Considering you've tried it with this and you've got some data, I'd let you roll an Arcana with advantage if you want to try and figure out what's going on.
Okay.
As you do that, Jazzy, does Jane look like visibly older?
Yes. She's only like 35, but she has like gray streaks in her hair. Mystery stuff.
Or as you get up that roll, Jane, how long have I been in here?
She kind of sighs very solemnly and she goes, "It's been 15 years."
I turns around and look back at Joey, and for some reason looks at Nim's like, "No, that's not helping the situation at all." And it's and it's taking you this long to come get me?
Windsor, we didn't even know if you were here. I mean,
For context, you didn't know that the Sky March was keeping Windsor's body alive.
honestly, we didn't even know that you were still, what I'm trying to say is that we saw your body for the first time in 15 years. Was it today or yesterday, Jacob?
Yesterday.
Yeah, we saw it for the first time yesterday in 15 years. It was jarring, and like you haven't aged a single day. I mean, it's been over a decade. I mean, look, if I had known, trust me, I would have tried. And out of that, I got a natural 20.
Lovely. So you would garner that. You'd gather that. Natural 20. You would gather that this is Windsor's consciousness captured by the void, and that it is taking a form it knows, which is of his body. But being made of the void, it is nullifying magic, and it is still quite dangerous. So.
How do I explain that very gently to my friends? Two of them don't have brain cells. Interesting. Okay. I think it. Go for it.
No.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I think you
I
should
would
go
say
for it.
that, Griffith, when you do focus on Windsor, you feel like you could pull the same way you did with the void creatures, the same way you did with everything else. However, you are aware that this is Windsor's consciousness, and that is probably not a desired outcome.
I could break something that I don't want to break.
Let's not do that.
Basically, I think you of all people would have a respect for the void that most don't, and would know that not everything is guaranteed with the void.
Yeah.
I think at this point, the golem turns to you all and says, "When you are ready to enter, I will have you face your trials. Are you ready?"
Ready?
We're ready.
As you all
Ready.
stand there and nod and give your acceptance, reality fractures. And instead of all being pulled into one place, you were all pulled apart. Jane, you stand in a familiar room, a body in front of you.
Okay.
A power surging through you.
Okay.
As you tried to save a person that has just died. You remember this day. This day that a Karana touched something through you. But this time, there's more power, more knowledge, more skill. You're not the same person you were. Now there's more bodies. More power. More than you've ever wielded in your life. Standing beside you is Windsor. Probably a hand on your shoulder.
Can they feel my hand?
Can she?
She can.
She'll look at the hand and look up at him and look down. Is she her younger self or her older self?
She is her older self in this younger environment.
She wants to try expanding this revival magic outwards towards these bodies.
Do it. Give me an Arcana with advantage.
Oh, okay. Ooh. I feel like I'm gonna throw up in my mouth a little. I don't know why I'm so excited. What's happening, guys? Ooh.
Another nat 20.
Oh, another one. Thank you, dear. It wasn't loading
Wow.
for me. Jane's just goaded with the sauce.
You look upon this and you hear a voice off in the distance that's not of anyone you know, just a voice similar to what you heard from the Void Monsters when Griffith killed them. If you were better, they'd all live. You can't save everyone, right? And at that moment, the power of Akrana surges through you, and green light bathes the room as all of these people in front of you sit up. And Windsor looks on.
I think there's a mixture of you immediately did it. I've looped the same bad day over and over for years, and you come in and on your first try you just fix things.
She's silent for a moment and she goes, I don't know why they're showing me this. Can't change the past. It's not like this is real.
Definitely can't change the past, Miss Jane.
I would if I could.
You hear the familiar voice of the Guardian over the whole lot, drowning everything else out, saying, you reforged yourself and became better. Go forth into the void. Joey, you're back home. On the farm. Everything is perfect. People, the regular people around you in your village cheer you. You win your random bouts of strength and competitions effortlessly. You help everyone. You're loved. It's the ideal. You're back on the farm. Martha, Lloyd, the cows. It's great. You see a party sort of walking through the village. It's a pretty unforeseen sight, but you do see it time to time as people march through to Brisk. In the back of your mind, they look familiar. You see a man with a mask over his face, a small Deutschke elf, a lady standing semi-regally with a staff, a man with a hat and a beer in his hand, an ale in his hand. They're quite successful. They don't need another in their party. Jane can heal. Griffith handles threats. Nim solves problems. Windsor fights. You're already everything you need to be, Joey. So, why follow along? That familiar void voice that stung over everything before chimes in Out there, you matter less. And you feel a familiar hand on your shoulder as Windsor is standing next to you. The real Windsor.
Hey, old friend.
Hey, buddy.
How are you? How you doing? I can't believe how long it's been.
Yeah, no. Like I said, you haven't aged a day. It's amazing.
I feel like I might be younger than you now.
Only an age.
Yeah, that's how age works, Joey. That's
I don't know about that.
Put a hand on your shoulder. Don't listen to anything you're saying. Everything here is an illusion to try and mess with you. And I think you notice a bit that like Windsor's not even looking at you as he's talking right now. It's all up here. You have to ignore it, because if you don't, you'll just keep going over and over and over. And you are wanted, Joey. Of course we want you. Can't replace Joey Christmas.
Joey puts his arm around Windsor and he just goes, I know. He says, let's go get a milkshake.
You hear the Guardian's familiar voice over the dim of it all. Greatness is not required to stand beside others, only the will to stand. Nim, you stand in a calm, controlled environment. Everything around you responding perfectly to your emotional manipulation. Crowds moving at the twitch of a finger. But things every now and then slip through. A flicker of anger distorts the place. A fight breaks out here. Fear creates havoc in a street beside you. Doubt sort of just seeps its way in and affects everyone around you. Your emotional manipulation out of your control and affecting everyone around you. You see a moment, a fight long past, where instead of everyone working as a team, they struggle. They're hurt. Instead of calmly approaching a fight, they're angry. Because you're angry. And you hear your own voice speaking at you. You're going to hurt them. You feel like you need to make a choice. Suppress everything. But you always lose control anyway. Panic, make it worse. Or a third option. Do you accept that there's imperfection and just try and stabilize it? Yet again, you feel a familiar hand on your shoulder.
Nim?
Oh, ooh! Gosh, you need to be quieter. I'm trying to focus right now.
What are you reading? What are you feeling right now? As Windsor kind of just walks around whatever your conscious is presenting.
It feels like overcooked spaghetti. It's
Overcooked spaghetti. He sits down on the ground.
everything-
Overcooked, you can read emotions. Nim, what am I feeling right now? You can read people, right? How's old Windsor doing?
Can I do that,
Yeah,
Jacob?
absolutely. Go for
Okay.
it. This is a consciousness, and that's what you
All
read.
right.
So, yeah, absolutely. But what... Windsor, what is she?
Yeah. A mixture of things. What do you get to read from the things that
She
you
gets
do?
surface level emotions, is what she gets. And I would say that they're pretty fine tuned now, 15 years on. I think that a lot of these fears that she has are from her younger years. They're things that she had to learn.
Cool. Well, yeah, as you're in my conscious, I think a lot of the surface level things after 15 years of time aren't. They're all kind of meshed together. You probably get the biggest wave of mixture of things at the exact same time that you've ever got from reading anyone. Windsor's very confused. He's very angry. He's upset. There's a sense of joy at like whenever he looks at you, and you get this probably got the same read when he looks at anyone else. He's like excited, and then there's a sense of there's a sense of jealousy. He's flashing different images in his head, thinking about Jane immediately solving the problem that was presenting to her, and a lot of pain. That's the most surface, and even if you can delve deeper, like whatever Windsor's been doing in here for the past 15 years has been tormenting him for a very long time. But I mean, it's not a surface level thing, but it's very clear that Windsor is completely sober and has been for a very long time.
I think, Nim, you seeing all of these emotions roiling around inside of Windsor. He sits there calm and composed.
She'll just look at Windsor and she says,
You were hurt.
Oh, this is my subconscious, right? Can I make things from my subconscious appear in the void?
Yes, they wouldn't be as real as everyone else's.
But that's okay. Yeah, it's more just
like an idea almost. Yeah.
Absolutely. You probably, as you're talking to Windsor, a silhouetted figure of a woman is sitting opposite him as you're talking to him. You could see I'm a bit hurt, but you can't. Past is the past, like Jane said, right? You can't fix the past. The past, the past.
You're holding on to the past.
You gotta let go, though, right? That's how the past works, because you can't undo what's done, and you just gotta keep on moving forward. No matter how many drinks you have, no matter how good a drink can make you feel, it doesn't get rid of the thing that's there, that's lingering, that doesn't go away. It's an ever-present thing that occupies your every thought, feeling, and emotion for 15 years. You relive the same bad day, and there's no resolution for the problem that arisen, and you just sit with it, and you deal with it, and you meditate, and you read books, and you drink.
Can I sit with you?
Drops the whatever the person, entity that was there, gone. It's a free subconscious. Do what you want.
she'll just sit down next to him.
Lovely. You sit and everything calms. You realize you don't have to fight these emotions. They're your emotions, not everyone else's. And that guardian's voice over the top. Control is not the absence of chaos. It is the strength to endure it.
Can I just put my hand on his?
Yeah.
And I'll just say to him,
I would like to sit with you.
And so you sit. Griffith, you stand in the void. All around you are frozen. Nothing changes for you. You still stand in front of the golem. No illusions, no distortions. The Guardian speaks to you directly. You have already faced yourself. Why do you return?
Yeah. Unfinished business.
So it is for the boy.
The boy. And for Windsor now.
Then walk forward. Not as a seeker, but as a guide. And you all stand back there with Griffith, all facing your trials. And I think that Windsor looks at you all, realizing what he's missed. Who you all are, that you're not who you used to be. And that sense of time that he's become so accustomed to draws itself close. The Guardian looks at you all, says, you carry fracture, you carry truth, you may pass. Looks at Windsor and says, Broken One, will you join them?
Of course.
Then in you go. And in this void, you see a blacker doorway, darker than the void itself, ushering you all in. And as you step through, the Guardian says, "Find the anchor. Find the thing that grounds them both." And that is where we're in this half of the session.